Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, going to give all glory and honor and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash. Alright, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Alright. It's lucky I'm trying to get this phone. That should be cool. But yeah, just getting into this quick lesson, wisdom is the best thing you could get in this life. Alright. Knowledge of these scriptures, knowledge of the Bible, that's the best thing you get in this life, in this life. It helps you understand the Lord and what pleases him and what doesn't please him. And if you're in the sight of the Lord pleasing him, if he sees that you're trying to please him, hey, the Lord's gonna bless you. All right. So, these niggas out here, 2/3 heathens, just walking, in any type of way, believing on themselves, believing in other doctrines that just don't make sense, living however they want. Hey, the Lord ain't pleased with them. And you know why? Because they don't have the knowledge of these scriptures. Mainly talking about our people, because our people is the only nation that received his words, right? So yeah, I'm stop with the talking, and I'm gonna start off in Proverbs 3 and 14. No, 13. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. All right. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. Right? So, hey, it's better than any riches. These scriptures is better than any riches you could get in this world. Right? It says, she is more precious than rubies, and all things thou canst desire are not to be compared unto her. So you can't even compare. You can't compare nothing to these scriptures. These scriptures, hey, they cover every aspect of life, how to walk in every aspect of life, how to, just even how to deal with cops, Hey, agree with thy adversary, let me just get that. I don't want to butcher it wrong. All right, this is Matthew 5:25. Agree with thy adversary quickly, whilst thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. Right? Hey, and you see, that's in the scriptures. That's in the scriptures. And our people, they don't know that. Niggas, they argue with the cops. They get pulled over. They know they in the wrong, and they argue with them. But the scriptures say, agree with thy adversaries quickly. It doesn't say argue with the cops or argue with thy adversaries. Make it a harder time for yourself. It don't say nothing like that. It says agree with thy adversaries quickly. Our people, if they knew Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and his words, hey, they would have, a lot of people would they wouldn't be in the trouble that they're in right now, So yeah, that was it on that one. I want to get another one. I don't know why I did that. Salaki, bear with me. All right, this is Matthew 6:19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. Right? So your treasures shouldn't be upon the things in this world. Cars, houses. And I'm not saying it's nothing wrong with getting a new car, getting a new house, but that shouldn't be oh, I'm gonna go from this house to a mansion. I'm gonna go from this car a Lamborghini, you know, hey, you know, that shouldn't be in your mind constantly, you know. But there's nothing wrong with getting a new car, you know, just not overdoing it, you know, because it says where moth and rust doth corrupt, right? It could get old, it could break down, you know, like these clothes, hey, it can get chewed through, you know. So we got, you know, you don't lay not up yourselves treasures upon earth, all right? And you know, it could get stolen, you know, your house could get broken into, you know, your car gets stolen, you know, clothes, money get stolen, all right? Next verse, verse 20. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. Right? Hey, what's the treasures in heaven? Hey, the knowledge of these scriptures. You know, it can't you know it can't get stolen. You know, the knowledge can't get stolen away from you. All right. No, nor can it go bad. You know. So you gotta lay your treasures, lay your it's like it, lay your mind into heavenly things, you know, which is the knowledge of these scriptures. All right. So yeah, that was it on that one. Back to Proverbs 3:15. She is more precious than rubies, and all the things thou can desire are not to be compared unto her. Length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor. Right. So hey, uh it brings immortality to you, you know. The wages of sin is death. And if you don't have these scriptures, if you're not applying the law, statutes, commandments, which is in the scriptures, hey, you're going to be sinning. And what's the wages of sin? It's death. All right. So if you're not sinning, hey, you can't die, right? So it says, and then her left hand riches and honor, right? Let me get a precept real quick. Just like you bear with me, trying to get this precept. Just like you bear with me. I'm trying to. So like I can't think of the scripture right now, but basically, hey, following the law, statutes, commandments, getting the knowledge of these scriptures, hey, it's gonna lead to it's gonna lead to you, being able to rule over nations, people. So you're gonna be able to get that honor by following law, statutes, commandments, by getting knowledge of these scriptures, right? All right, so that was it on that one. I'm gonna jump to Job 28:15. Oh, it's lucky. I think I got another one, matter of fact, to back up what I just said. The spirit just brung it out in my head. All right, this is Psalms. All right, this is Psalms 8. 2:8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen of thy end. Wait, slacky. Let me start that over. Psalms 2:8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance, in the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them into pieces like a potter's vessel. All right, hey, that's rulership over these nations. Esau, Edom, all the way down to, to the other 17 nations. All right, or 16, Slakia, 16. So yeah, we're gonna have rulership over these other nations. By keeping the laws, statutes, commandments. Learning the true ways. All right. It says, "Be not wise now, therefore, O ye kings, be instructed, ye judges of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are they that put their trust in them." Right? So, hey, if you're fearing the Lord, hey, you're keeping his commandments. You're keeping the law, statutes, commandments, all right? You kiss the Son, lest he be angry. You're submitting to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You're submitted to Yahushai. You're not trying to make Yahushai mad. You're not trying to get, you're not trying to, when the Lord come back down here, you're not trying to get get fucked up by him, You want to kiss the Son, lest he be angry, So yeah, that was it on that. All right, this is Job 28:12. "But where shall wisdom be found, and where is the place of understanding?" It's like it. "Man knoweth not the price thereof, neither it is found in the land of the living." All right, so you can't just get this knowledge. You can't just get this knowledge, out of nowhere. Just like how these people say, the Lord chose me. Lord, I just woke up randomly and I decided to serve the Lord. That ain't a thing. The Lord gotta choose you to fear in Him. It says, so right. So the only way you get this knowledge is if the Lord wakes you up. If the Lord opens your mind to understand His knowledge. All right, to understand these scriptures. It says, "The death said, it is not in me, and the sea said, it is not with me." Right? So you can't just stumble. You can't just stumble across this word. You can't. It's not just gonna be under a rock. It's not gonna be. It gotta be allowed. It gotta be opened up to you by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. People read these scriptures all the time, and they don't get understanding of these scriptures. It says, "It cannot be gotten for gold, neither shall silver be weighted for the price thereof." Right? It's priceless. It's this. Hey, this is the best thing you could. It's priceless. You can't buy it. You can't buy it with money. It says, "It cannot be valued with the gold of Ophir, with the precious onyx or sapphire. The gold and the crystal cannot equal it, and the exchange of it shall not be for jewels of fine gold." Right? So, hey, you can't. Nothing can be compared unto this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these scriptures. You can't buy these scriptures. The Lord gotta allow you to receive His scriptures. Right? All right. Jump back in Proverbs. This is Proverbs 8:10. "Receive my instruction, and not silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold." Right? It says, "Receive my instruction." What's the instruction? The law, statutes, commandments. That you got to apply them to your daily life, right? So that's the Lord's instructions. All right. It says, and not silver, right? Don't pick money over this truth. Just how these celebrities, hey, they sell out, and they'll know about the truth. The Lord will present it to them. Whether they're not stumble, but they just come across an account, one of their brothers teaching, or they come across a video. Hey, but guess what? They choose that money. They choose that money over the Lord. Verse 11: "For wisdom is better than rubies, and all things that they and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it, right? So it's better than any money, any so like any wealth, any diamond, any emeralds, whatever. And it says, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. So right, anything that you want, anything in this lifetime that you think is just like so like, oh my God, I want that real bad. Like, no, these scriptures, you can't compare these scriptures to it, So that was it on that one. I'm gonna jump to Wisdom of Solomon. It's like, give me a minute on this one. Like, I should just get on my phone. Just get on my phone. This is Wisdom of Solomon 9:6. For though a man be never so perfect among the children of men, yet if thy wisdom be not with him, he shall be nothing regarded. Right? So you could be the best 3-point shooter, you could be the best basketball player out here, best football player, best singer, best whatever, best cook, whatever. Hey, if you don't got the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these scriptures, hey, the Lord don't see you as nothing. He don't care what you can do in this world. If you can't understand these scriptures, and if you can't understand these scriptures, which is how do I say, it unlocks, I don't want to say it like that, but it gets you closer to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Hey, the Lord doesn't regard you as nothing, You're nothing. He cares less about you, all right? As a matter of fact, let me see if I got one. If I could bear with me. Slacky. All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon 8:6, and 8:5. If riches be a possession to be desired in this life, what is richer than wisdom that worketh all things? Right. Slacky. So right, if you want riches, well, I don't want to say it like that, but this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these scriptures, hey, that's riches, None in this life can, like the previous scriptures, hey, none in this life can be compared unto it. All right. So yeah, these scriptures, having knowledge and understanding of these scriptures, it leads to your salvation. Right? Here, I'm gonna get this scripture real quick. This is Psalms 25 and 4. Show me thy ways, O Lord, teach me thy paths. Lead me in thy truth and teach me, for thou art the God of my salvation. On thee do I wait all the day. Right? So, that's what we got to be worrying about. We got to be worrying about these scriptures, None in this life matters, because it's all going to be dissolved, by the nuclear missiles. So we got to ask the Lord to lead us in his truth, because hey, it's the best thing that you can get, you know. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna get one more, and I'm just gonna end it off on that. Something quick. This is Isaiah 33. This is Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Right? And wisdom and knowledge of these scriptures. Right? It's gonna be the stability of thy times, you know. Stability of in your everyday walk, you know. Not just in Jacob's trouble, in your everyday walk. Because you know, you go through things, you know, the Lord be putting us through fire. He be allowing, you know, he be allowing, you know, things to come upon us just so he can try us, you know. We got to rely on the scriptures, all right? We always got to rely on the scriptures, you know. No matter what, rely on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, okay? So it says, when wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, right? And, you know, it's going to lead to your salvation, you know, especially in Jacob's trouble. You know, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. You know, you're going to be able to, you know, these people out here, they're going to be bugging out, not having nothing to go back to, but we're going to have the scriptures to go back to, you know. The Lord, hey, he's gonna put certain scriptures in our heads, you know. The Spirit's gonna be putting certain scriptures in our head, you know, to basically, you know, just keep us stable, you know. It's gonna keep us stable in them times, all right. And it says, the fear of the Lord is his treasure, right? So the fear of the Lord, you know, respecting, reverencing his laws is our treasure, you know. So yeah, hopefully this was an edifying lesson. You know, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Going to give all glory, honor, praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai Ba'ashem Kakudash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. All right, shalom.